It has been a year since I arrived here in Japan, but that 1 year didn't feel like it. It felt like a decade. It was a year full of ups and downs, and all of which are worth looking back at. With my main goal to share with you all the lessons that I have learned, you will also see how my day looks like. During my day off. My life is founded with routines, and I think that is very common for those who work overseas. To begin with, my journey of choosing to work here as a teacher was supposed to be for my self fulfillment alone. I am being fully honest when I say that as a breadwinner, I have always deprived myself of things that I want from myself and ended up focusing only on the needs of my family. I got tired, and time came where I had felt like I have to finally think of myself too, to experience things I have never did, buy things or the things that I can't afford way back when I was in the Philippines. And to be brutally honest, to experience somehow close to comfortable or a luxurious living. I think I can say that I did at some point experience those. Imagine being able to provide the best for your family and fulfilling your desires and wants at the same time. That made me want to grab this opportunity. But as it turns out, God's purpose was quite different from my desire for self fulfillment. God is full of surprises indeed. Along the journey, I learned many things about myself, the people I love, the people I'm working with, my students, let alone the way how I see life. For the first few months of being here, I was happy. It felt like I am where I'm supposed to be. I even told others that it feels like a dream where I don't want to wake up. I don't want to wake up to. But in the long run, that happiness turned out to be something temporary. With that, I learned that happiness is not dependent on where you are and the people you're with. I was happy in my homeland, but it was an on and off battle as well. Therefore, happiness is then a choice. I think that a genuine one starts within. It is just a matter of where you look at the things. The things that you magnify, and more importantly, your frame of mind. This past few months, I have learned to cultivate happiness. I'm still no master of it, and at some point, this philosophy is quite challenging, but I think it's possible or achievable. For example, spending time alone drinking my homemade tea. Mindful drinking tea has been a good start of cultivating happiness. Even how the rays of sunshine drop on my face as I go to work makes me happy. Even the mundane tasks such as watering my plants, cleaning my room, watching my students talk, that's my favorite, makes me happy. Makes me happy. Another thing that I'm very grateful about my life here in Japan is that I learned the courage to be disliked. I know that this doesn't sound right, but I think I did learn how to face people who dislike me. Stopped proving myself to others and stopped criticizing my work and doings. I learned to embrace my flaws and was willing to work on it, but not to please others, but myself. I stopped comparing and competing. I was told in one of my devotions, it was a series of God's reminders, I should say. I should know my battle, the race He wants me to be in, and that I should focus on my calling. I learned that proving myself to others, pleasing them, comparing myself to them were not the battles nor the race God wants me to be in. I do regret wasting my time and energy on these things that were so detrimental to my soul, spirit, mind, and body. But I remain grateful. Just to clarify, I'm still in the process of learning them, but hey, baby steps should be welcome to avoid frustration because this principle is, I believe, it's a lifelong journey to achieve. It's a lifestyle to live by. I also learned not to be hard on myself. I have learned that the way I treat myself reflects the way I treat others. If I do not treat myself right, I can never treat others right also. Just like what they used to say, you cannot give what you do not have. So, looking back, I think I was really hard on myself when I started cultivating kindness not just to others but to myself first. I realized that to love others unconditionally or in a way that is genuine and authentic is possible. You have to start with yourself always. So, to end my first entry, the world where I am now is not as perfect as it seemed. I'm surrounded by a lot of people, situations I don't want to be in, challenges that I have to overcome, piles of responsibilities I have to deal with. But my soul, spirit, mind, and body are at peace. As the saying goes, when you can't change the direction of the wind, adjust your sails. And oh, by the way, I have to make a little correction. Life is not just a matter of perspective, the frame of mind, and the choices you make. It's a matter of faith, which is the most important thing. Let's take time to give thanks for the beauty of today. I'll see you in my next video. Kindest regards, the enlightened soul.